morning, everyone.
Morning.
We want to thank Second Ebenezer Church, Miss Terry, Miss Andrea, the Deltas, and the rest of the, as you put it, Second Ave College Fair team. Let's give the Lord a hand praise for them. What would Metro Detroit look like if the average family had a plan to pay zero for college? Everyone would have a college education. How would we as a community feel about ourselves? Would property values be high? Would crime be low? So we've all had a very brief discussion of the power that when a community has a plan to pay zero for college, the impact that can have on the community. Well, I have great news for you. My name is Jeff Taylor, and I am a certified college planning specialist. And I have a planning system called How to Pay Zero for College. Today I'm going to talk about the three pools of funding. I'm going to talk about how to position students, how to position themselves for a full ride. I'm going to talk about how to pay for college, how to get out of debt. Parents, and most of you will have to pay for college, parents. This is a reality, but you shouldn't be afraid, because I'm going to just briefly introduce you to a planning concept where you can easily pay for college and get every dollar back. Have I said anything good?
Amen.
All right. It's okay to say amen. It's all right to say preach. Because the more you interact with me, the more excited I get, the more passionate I become. Then I begin to share some of the secrets that you've never heard of.
Amen.
Is that all right?
Yes.
Because I have one purpose and one purpose only, ladies and gentlemen, in today's conversation, which will be very brief. And that is to teach you how to pay zero for college. Now, step one that we have to address is certain realities that we are ignoring, certain beliefs that we have about financial aid that are not true, that are setting our children and the parents up for failure. So let me just give you a brief summary of what's getting ready to happen for the seniors. Can I be real with you?
Yes.
All right. We are now ending towards the end of the FAFSA season where you complete the FAFSA, right?
Yes.
Okay. The next step is what is called the award letter. The award letter is a summary of how the college feels about your kid and your financial situation. Okay? Most of you will see a shortfall or gap in funding somewhere between $10,000 and $50,000 per year, depending upon the school that you allowed your kid to talk you into. Parents, you got that? Then what are you going to do? You're going to call me, and you're going to tell me how when you went to college, parents, it was different. Okay? So I'm going to have that conversation with you now, because your kid is going to have a different experience than you had 10, 20, 30 years ago. So when I ask parents, well, when did you go to school? 1987. Right? 1992. Okay? You've raised two generations since then, and you're talking about what happened 40 years ago. Right? The financial aid process has changed. Now colleges are expecting parents to come to the table with money. Okay? But I promise you that's not the problem. And I also promise you that if you're willing to follow what I teach in the very few more minutes that I have, And it's just going to be an introduction that not only can you easily afford to pay for college, but I'm going to show you how to get all your money back. Is that okay? But we have to accept the reality, parents, that the majority of you will have to pay for college. And the worst thing you can do is to try to find money. Did he really say that? Yeah. Yes. See, I'm trying to expose you to the reality now, so when you get the award letter, you won't be shocked. Because that's what happens. Parents go into what we call sticker shock because they realize that the financial aid process has changed and we're no longer in 1992. Okay? So let's talk about the fact that only 3% of students will receive a full ride. Okay? Why? Because they don't have this. Yes. Isn't it interesting that colleges do not ask the parent for an essay on their student? Right? And they're never going to ask you in the process, how do you feel about your kid? Why? How come they don't include the parent's essay or conversation in the admissions or funding process? Because you're biased. Your kid can do no wrong, right? And that's what you're going to tell the college, even though they know better, right? So it's a lottery process. Every great kid is not going to be admitted. Every great kid is not going to receive a full ride. So don't be surprised if it doesn't happen for you. Be prepared. Okay? Now I know this part is not the easy part to talk about. I understand that there's scholarships over there, there's a left-hand scholarship and all. I understand all of that. But the reality is, parents, you gotta be prepared to pay. But that's not the bad news. Okay? Alright. More than 60% of students will drop out of college by the second year. Why? Because they did not have a plan to pay for college. Parents, can I talk to your students for a few minutes here? Okay. Now, students, I understand, right, that you got plans. And your plans are different from your parents' plans. And you are expecting your parent to pay for college and come up with the money, right? Right? Students, talk to me. Talk to me. See, they don't want to tell. I'm telling right now. But here's the reality, students. Now you can hear me or not hear me, it's up to you. But the reality of the fact is that right now, you are set up to fail. Why? Because you will not listen to your parents. Okay? You are not listening. You want to try to do it by yourself. You cannot do it by yourself because when the award letter comes and they ask you for $15,000 a year post-taxes, okay? Do you have $15,000 a year? Well, why aren't you listening to your parent so that your parent can show you what to do? I know. But when you get about 27, you're going to remember this conversation. You say, Mr. Jeff, he sure tried to help me out. Yes, I'm trying to catch you now because I don't want you to be 25 years old and bankrupt and a college dropout because you would not listen to your parents. Okay? All right. Did I do okay, parents? Yes. See, I got to get the parents on my side first in order to help you because they're going to have to help you, and I want them to be encouraged that there's help for them if they too are willing to follow the rules of funding. So let's talk about the rules of funding real quick. Pool number one, and this is, if you Google this, you're not going to find it. This is the way we teach the Pay Zero for College system. Okay? So pool number one is the funding that comes directly from the college. Okay? Go to step two. Okay, step two. Okay? Is the money that comes directly from the college. Every college has a different financial personality. Okay? And I'm going to show you a report in a minute. Every college is going to treat you differently. You can have 3 children at the same college and have 3 financial aid summaries. Because every student is treated differently, and every college has its own funding protocol. Okay? This is very important that you understand this. So, rule number one, students, your objective is not to pick a school because you like the colors of the uniform, the basketball uniform. Okay? Your objective should be to position yourself for a full ride. In other words, you want to be so prepared that you make it hard for the college not to give you a full ride. You make it hard for the college not to give you a full ride. We have Oakland University here. If you understand how Oakland University thinks and you have positioned yourself for a full ride, it's going to be hard for them to tell you no. Students, are you listening to me? See, okay. Parents, I guess we just might talk to you because I don't know if the students are listening. But if you position yourself for a full ride, students, you will have thousands and thousands of dollars thrown at you. You will have more money offered to you. You'll just be confused on which school to pick. Okay. Let me read your testimony. Let me read your testimony real quick. Read your testimony. And you can Google me. You will find that I have been in the Detroit Free Press multiple times, that I've worked with Murray Feldman from Fox 2 News. I've done workshops and seminars at various colleges and universities and churches like this. So I got about this much notoriety, right? Been on TV a few times, so I'm about this much famous, okay? But people call me because I know what I'm talking about, okay? So I'm gonna just read this testimony to you. Hey Jeff, my daughter leaves from college this Saturday and I wanted to get back to thank you for all of your help. As you recall, her grades were not great, but she had good test scores. The help you gave us led to her being accepted at 13 schools that offered her a 4-year total of $454,616 in scholarships. Okay? Making her final pick of college was hard. Okay? With so many choices. Once she made her final choice, I used another strategy you gave me to negotiate an additional $1,000. You made this a true you've been a true professional through the entire process and a tremendous help to my family. Now let me tell you something. First of all, I did not get them that money. I walked the family through a strategic planning process. Okay? They made decisions based on the data that I provided them with one purpose and one purpose alone for the student. What is that? To position the student for what? For a full ride. So here's what I'm trying to tell you, students, and I know we have a lot of seniors out here, but your juniors and 10th graders and 9th graders and middle schoolers, your purpose in life should be to position yourself for a full ride. So I'm going to give you 2 points regarding that, and my time is running out. Point number 1, how many students struggle with the ACT? Let me see your hands. Okay, we're going to remedy that, we're going to fix that today. Is that okay, parents? Yeah. We're going to fix it today. I'm going to give you my secret formula for mastering the ACT. Are you ready, students? Okay. How many students here listen to music? Somebody yell out an artist that you listen to. Who?
Marvin Gaye.
Earth? No. Now you know she's from '87. You know that's an '87 graduate. Give me a recent artist. Future? Did y'all say Future? Okay, give me some of the lyrics from Future. Oh, you can't say them in church? See, that's why your ACT scores are messed up. I'm trying to tell you. So I'm over at Oak Park High School, and I'm talking. A student came to see us about test prep, and she said to me, she says, Mr. Taylor, I just struggle with test prep. I said, really? She said, yeah, I really struggle. I said, why do you think you struggle? She said, I just don't get it. I said, okay. I said, what kind of extracurricular activities are you participating in? She said, well, I'm a dancer on the prep marching band team. I said, what? She said, yeah. And she said, like she really can dance, like she was challenging me. I said, okay, I can't dance, so I can't challenge. Okay. I said, well, let me ask you a question. How many days a week do you go to practice? She says, well, we have practice typically from Monday to Thursday from about 4:30 to 6:30, something like that. I said, okay. I said, and she said to me, and my instructor gets on my nerves. Oh, she should have told me that. She says, I said, why does your instructor get on your nerves? She says, because we have to work on our routines until we get it right. I said, really? I said, let me just make sure I'm understanding what you just told me. I said, so you said you have to go through the routines over and over and over again until you get it right. She says, yeah, she just gets on my nerves. I said, well, how come you don't do that with the ACT? Amen. And she looked at me like, she says, Mr. Taylor, you got me. I said, I know I got you. Because I'm trying to prove a point to you that you don't struggle with the ACT, you just have poor practice habits. If you can apply yourself to dance, how come you can't apply yourself to mastering the ACT? She looked at me and she said, okay, you got it. Okay, I'm gonna do whatever you say. So we have a tutoring team. We walked her through the process. She came to our boot camp 2 times. And right now she's enjoying a full ride at the University of Michigan. Okay? So I'm trying to tell the students right now, if you want to position yourself for a full ride, you can, but you got to get rid of the excuses. You got to get rid of the excuses, and you're never going to feel like it. So get past that. This is real life. If you want to become good at something, you got to practice, and you got to practice, and you got to practice until you get it right. So I'm going to give you my secret weapon for free. Okay? And every student that has come through our program who follows what we teach, their grades go up, and guess what? Their confidence goes up too. Okay? So this is what I want you to do. I want you to get the ACT or the SAT book. It doesn't matter. Okay? There are no ACT math, SAT math. Math is math. Okay? I want you to get the rule book, and I want you to go to the test. Now, parents, they're going to need your help because students need the accountability, need to be accountable to their parents. And you need to know what's going on, right? So I want you to get the test, and then I want you to go to the problems. I want you to mark the ones that you don't know. You got to be honest. Then I want you to go to the section that teaches you how to do that problem. And I want you to write that practice test or that practice lesson. I want you to write that 25 times. I want you to write that formula 25 times. I want you to write that formula 25 times. I want you to write that formula 25 times. I want you to write that formula 25 times. I want you to write that formula 25 times. I'm sleepy, I'm tired, my ankles hurt, my eyeballs is aching. I want you to write that 25 times. Okay? My friends, 25 times. And parents, if they keep a log of that, a notebook, they can go through notebooks real quick. But 3 times a week, they need to check in with you to show their 25 times. Because when they come to class, if you don't have your notebook with your 25 times, go home. Because you're not serious. And we don't give refunds. That's why we got a student at the University of Michigan who said she was struggling test prep and is enjoying a full ride because she was willing to do the work. So what I'm saying is, when we talk about positioning ourselves for a full ride, what I'm saying is that Detroit's renaissance, Detroit's recovery is only 25 times away. Because every single student, you know how it feels to get a 36 ACT? You know how famous you would be? How many colleges would be begging to talk to you? And you're only 25 times away from it. Okay, because the same genius that Einstein had, same genius you got. Same genius. Just have to be willing to do the work. Now I'm almost out of time. And I'm not even almost done. So I'm going to give you one more piece. Let's go to mom's college funding. Okay, parents. So even though your kid gets a 36 ACT It doesn't guarantee them a full ride. It just puts them in that pool of consideration. Does everybody understand that? Because we're still dealing with a lottery process. There's only so many students for so many slots. Okay, am I right, University of Oakland? Okay, all right. So you gotta be prepared to pay, parents, but I promise you, that is not what should scare you. What should scare you is having a kid who's dropped out of college after you went into your retirement to pay the first year and part of the second year, and you can't continue, and your kid hasn't come home. That's what you should be afraid of. And unfortunately, right now, about 70% of our students are in that pool of students. And I'm trying to show you how to avoid falling into that trap. This is a funding plan. Okay, now I can't take you through all of the details, but I just want to show you how that this parent, if you look over to the bottom right, total out of pocket, this student got a full tuition paid, Michigan State, but the parent still had to come out of pocket. How much? Can you guys see that? $50,000. Go to the next page. So this is what I did for her. I showed her two scenarios. Okay? The first scenario is the scenario that she was in. You see, after 4 years, if she paid $700 a month, because that's what she told me she was going to do. I said, please don't do that. She was going to pay $700 a month, and you could see there's an asterisk there because that's not enough money. Okay? So, and that's what happens with a lot of times when parents come and see me. They have gaps in their plan, but they don't know that they have gaps in their plan. Until the bill comes and they try to figure out, and in the second year, they've spent all their money, debt, student has debt, the parent has debt, and there's still no exit strategy. So what I'm trying to show you here in this brief summary is how I showed this parent to not only fund college, but to get her house paid off in the process. With the same amount of money. So the same $700 that she was going to send to Michigan State, I said, don't do that. I'm going to show you how to take that same $700, fund your daughter's college education for that gap that you have, and we're going to get your house paid off in the process, and we want to enhance your retirement. Because a great college plan, when it is done right, it will take care of mom and dad first. Is that okay? So in the middle column, you can see here that the time to pay for college is 5.9 years. What's the mortgage balance? 0. 6.8 years in the other column. What's the mortgage balance? What's the college balance? Okay, now what you don't see in here is the fact that we use debt to fund college, and within 5.9 years after school, or 6.8, we were able to fund college, pay off her mortgage, and enhance her retirement in the process.
Wow.
Okay.
How?
Okay. So all I'm trying to share with you parents and students, this thing ain't hard, but you do have to have a plan. Okay? I want you to write this website down, payzeroforcollege.com. Payzeroforcollege.com. There's a lot that I didn't get a chance to get to because I want to stay within my time to speak. We're going to do an online 90-minute seminar on this process where I don't have to rush. I can walk you through it and show you how we do it. Now, who should be there? Well, parents, if you have seen the blue line on the stick, you need to be there. Students, if you have a student who's in college, you need to be in this seminar. You see what I'm saying? The age range is everyone, because I'm going to show you how to create a plan that's suitable for your situation, and I'll extend an opportunity to meet with myself or one of my team members after. But you go to payzeroforcollege.com and you'll see under the seminar page where you can register. It is a free seminar. It's going to be online. And it will be interactive in the sense that you can ask questions and get some of your questions answered. I want to thank the Ebenezer team again, Andrea, Ms. Terry, and all of those who are part of this. But if we work together and we follow this system, called Pay Zero for College, we can turn this city around regardless who's in office. You all pray for me. I just got one favor to ask. If you would Google me, Jeff Taylor, College Funding Resources, you'll see my office comes up on the Google map, and you'll see a review tab. And I want you to just share. If you got something out of this seminar, I want you to share in that review tab what you got out of there, and I'm going to send you this information that you saw, plus the other documents. I'm going to just send that to you for free. Thank you very much.